Hi, welcome back to the workshop for episode 2 of the Les Paul Junior build, and in this episode we're going to take that great big slab of sapele that we glued up last time and turn it into something that looks a little bit more like a guitar body. Having got this glued up in the last episode, it's been left overnight ready to dry, so now it's just a case of taking these clamps off, seeing what we've achieved and seeing if there's any glue residue that we need to clean off. Okay, so there's a little bit of residue on there, but nothing too bad. The joint feels nice and level on both sides, which is great. So I'll just set up my bench stop and we'll just get a card scraper on this. And just properly clean up that joint. Okay, so that's actually glued up absolutely perfectly. I'm really happy with that. In case you're wondering, that's the glue line running along there. And it's really not visible at all with the naked eye. You can tell it's not one piece of wood because the grain is just converging in an unnatural way. But apart from that, it's absolutely spot on. So next up, get the template back onto it, draw around it, get it to the bandsaw, and get this cut out into something that will resemble a guitar shape. Okay, so there's the body shape cut out. There's a little bit of fine sanding to do around these edges, but other than that, it's pretty much where I need it to be. Some people might be querying why I'm not going to pattern route this off the template. There's a couple of reasons. Firstly, putting these on the router table is a little bit risky at times. You can kind of dig into them and take chunks out. So currently I'm really not doing that unless I have to. I'm lucky, I've got the big disc sander and the bobbin sander, which will sand a nice square edge onto the body blank. So there's not a problem there. It just means I'll probably have to do just a little bit more cleaning up work, but it's always a trade-off with these things, and this is the trade-off I'm happy to go with at the moment. In terms of this body, there are a few more kind of cutting out, routing jobs that we need to do. Neck pocket, pickup cavity, and control cavity. I'm not going to do the neck pocket yet because you might be able to see here, this template has got some car body filler in the neck pocket, and that is cast from the exact shape of the heel of the last neck I made on my other Les Paul Junior. So what I'm going to do is I'll make the new neck for this one, I will cut this out and I will recast it again to the exact shape of the new neck. So that means we can't do the neck pocket just yet. The pickup pocket I'm going to leave until we've got a little bit further along with the neck. Once I've got the neck fitting in, I can then work out where my bridge is going to be, and that will give me a good location for my pickup cavity. That should be fine, but just to be on the safe side. So that really leaves us two bits of routing that we can do. We can put in the control cavity on the back, of course, and we can also put the roundovers on. So that is what we're going to set up and do now. And the first step with that, of course, is to get everything marked out. So we will remember to make sure we're cutting it out of the back of the guitar, not the front, because that would be a terrible mistake to make. Just get everything lined up on the center lines. Roughly mark that with a pencil. We can then get that to the pillar drill, hog that out with a Forstner bit before getting the template back onto it, and just route it with an appropriately sized pattern bit. Okay, to the pillar drill. Okay, so that's about as far as we can go with the body for the time being. I've got the control cavity routing and that's gone very nice. That is quite a task because you have to go down quite deep, so you have to use a variety of router bits to get there, but we got there. And I also used this little doohickey to kind of set out where the cover route needs to go in, and it's basically, you just put that bit into the original control cavity route, place this bit over it, super glue and masking tape it down, and then you can take that out and it's in exactly the right position. And then a bit later on in the process I can take this screw out, and this is actually the perfect template for the cover plate itself. So that's good, that's all gone well. We've got the jack socket done as well, and we've got the round over. But we can't really go much further with this now until we've got the neck a certain way along, because we need that to work out where the neck pocket's going to go. And from the scale length we can work out the bridge position, and then from there the pickup position. And we can't do any of that until we've got the neck underway. Now you might be thinking this is looking quite chunky and it's quite a slab of wood, but this is ever so slightly thicker than the spec for these Les Paul Juniors. This is currently just under 47mm and the drawing is giving me 46, so I've got about 1/2 mil on each side to sand off when we come to the fine sanding, so that should give me the right thickness. They are a chunky little beast, the Les Paul Junior, but I'm kind of thinking maybe that mass is what makes them such a great little guitar. Who knows? So next up, we need to get underway with the neck, so I'm going to pull that great big chunk of sapele out and we'll start getting that work down. But that's going to be for the next episode. So as always, hit that like button if you've enjoyed this, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.